If you're looking to pay off your own home in the next 10 years, then in today's video, I wanted to share 3 super simple tips and tricks that you can begin to apply immediately to pay off your home in the next 10 years. Now, regardless if you're coming into this video from a place where you're just completely pissed off and don't want to work for the next 30 or 45 years to pay off that property, or more like me, you just want to get there faster so you can spend more time with the people you care about and not have that debt hanging over your head, then this is the video for you. Now, I started my personal journey when I bought my first 2-bedroom unit in Sydney at the age of 24. And over the last 15 years, I've been not only able to pay off my own dream home completely outright, but I've also bought over $565 million worth of property for myself and my clients over that period, which is where these 3 simple tips and tricks to get there faster are coming from. Let's get stuck in. Now, I'm gonna warn you, the first 2 ideas are super simple, super boring, and just require you to be a little bit disciplined and a little bit consistent over the last 10 years. But the third and final thing that I'll share towards the end of the video is the gravy. That's where you can do this so much faster than the average person and not wait 20 or 30 years, but speed up that journey to the next 7 or 10 years from today. Now, the first idea the banks want you to do anyway, and that is simply setting your current home loan at principal and interest repayments. Now, let's say your investment property or your dream home was worth $1 million and you put a $200,000 cash deposit down. So we're looking at paying off over $800,000 in the next 10 years from these 3 super simple steps. Now, if the principal component on an $800,000 loan is $300 a week and you pay that 52 weeks per year, we're looking at paying about $15,600 per year off your property. Now, if we times that out over the next 10 years, simply paying the principal like the bank wants you to do anyway, and they'll give you a discounted rate if you do that, you're gonna have already paid off $156K off your property without even really noticing it. Think about it as forced savings or the cost of getting a cheaper interest rates with the banks in today's market. Now, the second idea is also super simple, and that is simply paying a little bit extra every single week, 52 weeks a year, regardless of how much you're earning over the next 10 years. Now, obviously there's many people out there doing it tough at the moment, but there are also so many people with great single incomes in their household or dual incomes in their household. Now, if you sit within this category and you've got a little bit left over each week, then I encourage you, instead of just having it as something that randomly sometimes lands or doesn't land in your bank account, setting up an offset account against your home loan and paying $300 per week off the property or into that offset account each and every week for the next 10 years. Now, I know personally there's been times in my life where I literally didn't have a single dollar left over at the end of the week, and there's been times when I could save over $2,000 per week. So regardless of where you're at, it's less about the amount and more about just having a simple pay yourself plan over the next 10 years. Now, again, with this second idea, which is paying a little bit extra off your property over the next 10 years, all we do is put $300 a week, 52 weeks a year off the property, which again is another $15,600 per year, or another $156,000 over the next 10 years off the property straight away. Now, if you add those first 2 simple things together, simply paying principal and interest and a little bit extra each week, we've already paid over $312,000 off the property without even breaking a sweat. Now, the third idea, and my favorite idea, as someone who likes to use leverage in the property market, also likes to reduce my risk, but most importantly, wants choices and freedom in my life way sooner than the average person. The third idea is called a partner property. And this idea is simply where we go out and we buy 1 extra property worth about $800,000 and simply hold this property for the next 10 years and hope that it goes up in value over that period of time by about 6% per annum. Now, obviously, some properties that you could buy for $800K in Australia right now are gonna absolutely smash that performance in the next 10 years. And there's gonna be other properties that have already grown in value or doubled in value in the last 10 years, and they're the ones you probably want to avoid. Now, if we simply get this $800K property and it grows by just 6% compounded per year for the next 10 years, that second property is going to be worth over $1,432,000. Now, let's say you put a $100,000 cash deposit when you went out there and bought that $800,000 property. So effectively you owe the bank $700K. And over that 10-year period, you never pay a single dollar off that property. Instead, you focus on paying off your own home. Now, if we go out there and in 10 years time, we're lucky enough to sell this property for $1,432,000, and then we pay the bank back that 700 grand, we're left over with about $732,000. Now, by the time we factor in stamp duty, holding costs, agents' fees on the way out, and tax, we might actually be left with between 500 and 550K in our hand, which when we factor in the 312K that we paid off the property from doing principal and interest and a little bit extra, plus the extra 500K that we've made from that partner property, we end up having paid off over $812,000 over the next 10 years, and you completely own your dream home or your investment property debt-free. It really is that simple, but the hard bit is being consistent and disciplined with that money as your life cycle shifts over that 10-year period. You know, I think the important thing to realize if you've got big debt on your own home at the moment is it's not always going to be this hard, or it's not always going to take you the next 20 or 30 years to pay it off. And ultimately, if we think about why we're buying a home or why we're investing in property, it is really to make the future better than today. We're looking to move slowly towards financial security, financial peace, and financial freedom, and to create a life filled with choices. The choice to spend more time with the people you care about, like your partner or your kids or your grandkids. We want the opportunity to train more and help other people more, to start that idea or that business that we've always had in the back of our minds, or to walk away from that job or the career that's no longer serving us and actually hurting us by going in there every day. You know, I truly believe that the more choices and the more freedom you have financially in life, the more you can serve others and give to others and help pull the people around you up. And I wish you absolutely all the best on the journey from where you are today to freedom in your future. G'day guys, my name's Ben and I'm the director here at Pumped on Property, and I just want to say a massive thank you for watching our content today. Now, if you're thinking about buying an investment property in the next 3 to 12 months, then the team and I would love to offer you a one-on-one strategy session. In that session, we can talk about exactly where you are right now, where you'd like to be longer term, and we can deeply educate you on the Australian market. And then you can take that information and go and absolutely smash it on your own, or potentially become one of the small number of clients that we work with each week. To book your session, all you have to do is go to www.pumpedonproperty.com and click that book your free strategy session button. But either way, we wish you all the best on your journey as an investor to financial freedom.